What's up? What's up, everybody? Big Herc, Prison Talk Live. You tuned into another episode. Hold on one second, I forgot something. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody did something positive with their life, stayed out the way. We're at over 400,000 subscribers. We're at about 417. When we hit that 500,000 mark, we will be doing a giveaway. So the giveaway will be first place, $1,000. Second place, flat screen. Third place, a commissary bag. So make sure you guys subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. You know, we keep it 100 on this channel. We don't glamorize prison. We don't promote violence. We're all about trying to create a better community. So everybody's on some positive stuff. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to Big Herc 916, YouTube, positivity, motivation. Hey, man, get you a dose. You know, it's all about my cars, you know, just vlogging and just sharing with you guys, you know, some positive experiences. We got the new yard time in. We got the great Pruno, you guys. Check it out. The great Pruno. Dope new graphics. Make sure you guys go to freshoutseries.com. Go to the commissary. We're doing a big thing right now with the yard time. So go there. Pick you up some yard time, man. Hey, I don't drink coffee in the morning. So this is my coffee right here. It gets me going, and man, you know, with this, I don't need to drink a Monster or anything. So get you some yard time, man, in your life, and go train and get in shape. Put down them damn donuts and those honey buns. You know, get rid of the honey buns. Anyways, you guys, a lot of big things happening. Fresh out of steel, working on trying to bring you guys the dopest content. Check out Fat Rat from Payback Crip, talking about snitches. You know, the snitches are running the prisons now, man. You guys going to jail, it's all bad. You're around a bunch of motherfucking hot boys. Excuse my language, but yeah, man, you guys got to watch out and stay out the way. Now, looking at what's going on with ASAP Rocky, man. I guess the White House has secured a better conditions for him in prison. They said the conditions over there were very inhumane. Kim Kardashian and Kanye are lobbying Kushner to intervene in Rocky's case. He's sitting in a Swedish prison right now, and you know, people think of Sweden, you know, all blonde hair, blue eyed, really nice, laid back. Now, if it would have been drugs, he might have got a break, because I think they're a little more lax on drugs in Sweden. But fighting violence over there, man, ASAP should have been smarter than that, y'all. He got played, man. Them guys set him up. They knew that they could get a reaction out of him. And that's the thing with a lot of these rappers, man. When you're out there like that, you got to really be on top of your game, because people will try you. And they're clout chasing. They're trying to get some exposure. I mean, that video's been seen millions of times of him fighting in the street. And, you know, somebody always has a camera on you. So you got to be smart, man. You can't let yourself get caught up in a situation like that. Now ASAP is, you know, having to deal with the judicial system over there, which is not like our system. It ain't based on state statutes or federal law, common law, or, you know, administrative law. They got their own law over there. We don't know what their constitution consists of, but he's having to deal with that over there, and it's going to probably fall under international law. But, hey, man, it's pretty crazy. Vodka Drinker, thanks for the donation. White House is on point with Rocky, because this is what immigration creates. Immigration is being weaponized. Yeah, man, I mean, you know, it's a lot of twists and turns. I don't really get involved in politics, man. I mean, to me, it's a joke. People talk about the war on drugs, but then we got freighters coming over here with tons of cocaine. They bust one little ship and they think, oh my God, they made a difference. Man, 5 more ships went through already. So you guys, I mean, it's a joke, man. The thing with the immigration, I look at it as they need to fill up some prisons because people are tired of the American citizens being housed in the prisons, being basically warehoused. So all those empty private prisons, they need to fill those beds up for the stockholders. And it's money. It's money. I was at California City in 2000 and it was empty. It was a straight immigration holding facility. Nobody was there. We opened that place up. And, they had a couple workers there. The kitchen wasn't even functioning, So, man, these prisons are based on people being in them. They have these places, and when they're empty, they're not doing any good empty. So they're putting all these immigrants in there now. But, yeah, man, ASAP, you got to be smarter than that. White House is stepping in. Donald Trump is making some calls. So we'll see what happens, man. How close is reality is the orange is new black? Watch the interview we did with Tanisha. A while back, we just did an interview with a female who did time in feds, man. She'll tell you. She gives up the real. Orange and the New Black, man, that's Hollywood, man. It's like 60 Days In. That stuff is scripted, it ain't going down like that. Swedish prison is holiday camp compared to the U.S. Dafu, where our Kanye Kim crying about, yeah, we know. You get conjugal visits from places in hookers, places like Holland, Germany, Scandinavia. You get conjugal visits in Mexico too, but you better have some money or you're living like a savage. Big Herc, what do you think about Zachary West, the clout planting drugs on hundreds of people? I think he's garbage. I think that when they get him, they should convict him. And basically everybody he planted drugs on should get out. I think he's garbage. Somebody says, just watch a portion of the news where El Chapo is finally getting locked up. Do you think El Chapo will get his head busted for his crimes? No. Nothing ain't going to happen to El Chapo up in there, man. He's going to do his time. They said they gave him 30 years. He's going to, he's connected, man. The Pisces are going to look out for him. He's got people over here, man. I mean, he ain't the only person in his clique that's locked up. So, he's gonna probably be, all right. I don't know if they'll have him on where he'll start off his time at, but have I ever been to a private prison? Yeah. California City was a private prison. I believe Harlem was a private prison. So these private prisons are set up in places where there is no economy. They put them out in the middle of nowhere. They got a bunch of hillbillies working in them, and they try to create a tax base for that community based on a prison. See, this is all corporations, man. These corporations, they need to incorporate unincorporated land. They need to make money. They need to create commerce. It's all about money. This is all about housing people. Every time they lock somebody up, they're basically creating more money because it's all on top of it. They're putting judgments against these people, and those have value. So you guys do your homework, man. Go get your Black's Law Dictionary. I told you guys before, 5th edition, and also or an 8th edition, and read the definitions, man. Read the definition of a warehouse. Read the definition of a warden. Read the definition of chattel. It's all in there, man. It'll tell you the game, you guys. This ain't nothing new. This is the same stuff they was doing during slavery, housing people. You guys got to do your homework, man. You watch too much Hollywood. Go get you a book and read, man. Never had a record at all. Then all of a sudden was hit with a Fed conspiracy charges. They play no games. I was sentenced and gone after 2 court dates and paying a lawyer $40,000. Yeah, man. Feds, them damn conspiracies ain't no joke, man. Galvin, incredible. Thanks for the donation. Once you get out of prison, are you expected to roll with anyone on the street, or are you free? Oh, man, you get out of prison, you do your own thing. Most of these guys, when they get out of prison, they disappear. You know, these guys who have their so-called homies in prison still, most of these guys ain't trying to be connected with that. There's a lot of guys who play the game while they're in prison just so that they can, survive in there. When they get out, they're not going to have these guys they were dealing with in prison at their house. They're not going to hang out with these individuals. They know that a lot of these guys are beneath them. That's how they look at them, especially a lot of the white-collar guys, the guys who are making a lot of money. They don't have any real respect for a guy who wasn't making money on the street, so they're not going to socialize with these prison guys on the street. I mean, unless you were getting money, like what I've seen when I was in the feds, money messes with money. If you were getting money, then they're gonna hang out with you. The money's gonna get with money. But if dudes in conversation see that you ain't about no money, you ain't got no conversation. It's the same thing on the street. A doctor hangs out with other doctors and businessmen. Real estate guy hangs out with financial people. You're not gonna socialize on the street with somebody who's not making it happen. Wardison 10, thanks for donation. I'm thinking about quitting my dead-end job and moving to Los Angeles. Is that a crazy thing to do? Nah, man. I mean, you got to go after your dreams, man. I mean, if that's your dream to come to Los Angeles and to pursue whatever your goals are, hey, go after it, man. A lot of people waste their life doing things they don't want to do because that's what they've been conditioned to do. They don't have any, they feel like they don't have no free will when they have all the free will in the world. Somebody said they would never tell where El Chapo's locked up. Probably not. It's just like any other high-profile criminal, man. They're gonna probably start him off in somewhere where he's gonna have very limited visits. Jeremiah Gonzalez, thanks for the donation. Touring. Holler at me, and the rates are on the website, bigherc916.com. Holler at me, Jeremiah. Get you right. Somebody said Chapo's going to Florence, Colorado. Trump pardons El Chapo. You never know. He might be in there a couple presidents, but he'll probably be out. Chapo's probably going to Supermax. Can you donate on Instagram? No, you can only donate on YouTube. Or you can go to our Patreon, Fresh Out Series. You can donate there also. Why is Los Angeles so expensive? Because this is where everybody wants to be at, man. They're pricing LA to the point where it's the haves and have-nots. If you have money, you live in a city. You have no money, you live on the outskirts. So it's the haves and have-nots, man. Vodka Drinker, thanks for the donation. Catching a Chapo is probably the worst thing that's happened in the United States border. Man, I'm out. I believe in what you say, but folks are just crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all a game, man. What they got El Chapo, but then they have his compadre, or his what they call him, El Mayor, or another guy who's above El Chapo. It's all political, man. Alpha Freeze, thanks for donation. Can you call my buddy Tyler from Stockton area? He said you want to call him a Peter Gazer, huh? You're a cold dude, man. The countertop guy, thanks for donation. Yo, Big Herc, looking to buying some silver and gold as a day trader. Now the time to start picking it up. Global economies are cutting rates, not good. I hear you. They got a gold and silver dealer that I deal with in Inglewood. I have to pay him a visit. Thanks, man, for the insight. David Sung, thanks for donation. Hey, do you think the YouTuber Austin Jones will make it out alive? It's hard to say, man, but the thing is, if they send Austin Jones to a snitch penitentiary, everybody's snitching, so ain't nobody doing nothing to anybody. The penitentiary, man, as far as people talking about all this high-powered stuff, yeah, they still got places where it's just some really serious stuff going down, but a lot of the lows is full of just garbage. You know, it's garbage, man. When you want those freedoms to walk around and have access to different things, you got to behave. So those prisons have a lot of dirt bags. You know what I mean? A lot of guys in there ain't no good. Tyler Panel, why? Who you talking about, man? You look like a cold turtle ass. So if you want to stay on here, how about I just get rid of you? You wanna talk mess? We're gonna ignore you. You sound like a cold troll. Um, Beto Chapo boss with Russian mafia. Gnostic Demon, thanks for the donation. Caught an assault charge for breaking up a fight. Got to take anger management class to clear my record, or take it to court and risk it all. What should I do? Take the classes, man. It's man, the way things are now with all these camera phones, man, it's just horrible, bro. So take the easiest way so you don't have to have it on your record. And as long as it's not counted against you, you can go get that stuff, get it expunged and be good. And the next time, man, just turn the other way, because people they ain't respecting the game, man. Anger management's fancy way of saying therapy. Yeah, I agree. Big Herc, would you do 5 years for $1 million? No. No way. Not knowing what I know, man, it ain't worth it. Money, I wouldn't sell myself out like that in prison for money. It ain't worth it, man. You miss out on too much. You think those guys are just front man? The organization is much more involved. I agree, man. There's always somebody in the front that's taking the fall for the big guys. This is a corporate game, man. It's at a whole nother level, man. You know what I mean? People think that this stuff is, what they see on TV, man. I don't believe any of this stuff. It's all to sell you. I didn't see Future's bodyguard got knocked out. I didn't hear about any of that. Any dudes in the joints? Big Herc, were there any dudes in the joints you were at that remind you of these trolls? Yeah, man, there were some guys in the penitentiary, man, who were just really miserable. You know, they had a lot of time, or, they just felt like, the government owed them something, and then they seen you smiling and studying and doing your thing, and they're just haters, man. People who talk about other people not in their face are straight, they're losers. They're bums. That means they have little wee-wees. They have no self-esteem. Anybody who talks about another person, you have no self-esteem. Why would you talk about that person? It has nothing to do with your life. Get your life right. Sweden is trying to cover up your migrant problem, huh? What car is next for me? Nothing right now. I got 3 cars I'm restoring, man. I got to get these cars all tightened up, and I'm good for a minute, man. I don't know what I'm going to get next. It's going to be a 4-door, though. Something with some more room. Do I know anybody who did time at Rikers? I know a homie that did time, but he has a series at gmail.com, or you can go to the website, freshoutseries.com, send us a message. We can see if we can get you on the show. I try to people ask me to interview this guy, interview that guy. If a person reaches out, I'll interview him, man. I can't, just go tell a guy to give me an interview. You want a Native American, you want a Filipino, holler at me, man. I don't know these people, man. I'm out here, taking care of business. I can't look for a particular demographic. What am I restoring? I'm restoring a 68 Cougar, an 82 Porsche, and a 94 NSX. I got a few more things I'm doing to it. Yeah, Central Park 5, I would love to get one of them on the show. broke, no college degree. If you feel bad in life, man, you know, you got to find something that inspires you, man. Find you something to set some goals for yourself. Find you a hobby, something that's gonna inspire you, man. Fun insult you've heard someone heard called someone. Funniest insult? I don't know, man. As far as heard somebody be called, oh man, dinosaur poop. You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? What federal institution were you at had the best program? Well, as far as federal institutions, best program, it's all about how you created your own program. Sheridan, you know, before they took the weights at the medium, it was kind of like a college atmosphere. A lot of learning was going on, a lot of positivity. They took the weights. They had an asshole warden, and it went to hell. You know, and Herlong was horrible. It was just garbage. Middle of nowhere, desert, hot, no grass, nothing but rocks and dirt everywhere. Horrible place, man. Horrible place. Lompoc, it can kick off in any minute. I was at the USP when it was still rocking, 2000. Hey, Big Herc, if you're looking for a freelance screenwriter to write a screenplay for your upcoming film production project, I'm here to collaborate with you. Oh, okay, good to know that, man. What's up, Big Herc? Can abstaining from sex for a long period of time affect a relationship? Yeah, if you're in a relationship and you ain't tapping them guts, man, your girl gonna go get it from somewhere else. And if she talking about she ain't into sex, then there's some issues, man. If you're on these streets and you got a female, then you should be you know, busting her cheeks. You know, you got your wife, man. If you only busting cheeks once a month, there's something wrong, man. You got to bust that thing on a regular. Keep that thing well in you know, in action. 68 Cougar with 347 stroker. Okay. My little bro shot hot. Yeah, I had a 302 stroked out to 347, but I'm gonna switch that motor so I can get more power. So I'm gonna turn that thing up a little bit. Comics should be able to vote. I agree. I don't see why they can't. You know, not able to vote. I did hear about Tay K. I'm dropping a video about Tay K on Big Herc 916. Tay K played himself, man. Running around trying to be super gangster. Listened to somebody who told him about a lick. Lick went bad. Somebody got murdered. Somebody else got wounded. And when they got caught, somebody told. That's how it goes, man. You do that stuff. You're not going to be running around on the street with no bodies, man, and thinking you're going to be kicking it and everybody's going to be looking up to you. Somebody's going to tell on you. Plain and simple. Jacob Shaw, what's the best place to pick up women in Los Angeles? Whole Foods or Trader Joe's? Yeah. Go to a grocery store. Play your cards right. You know what I mean? Be very polite and you'll come up. Herc, I read How to Get Down in a Porn Game book. Had a hardwood the whole time reading. You're descriptive as hell. I see why YouTube wants to censor you. Yeah, man, YouTube they've been killing us, man. That's why it's so important that you guys go pick up some merch. You support. You know, YouTube is kind of like, you know, they're cracking down on us because we keep it raw and we're not clown. You know, we're not clowning and saying stupid stuff. So it's just the nature of the game, but we try to bring you guys as much real content as possible without being overly, you know, using too many cuss words. Kevin Magdigan, thanks for the donation. El Chapo will be busting cheeks in Supermax. That's cold, man. I love when you got mad in the one prison talk. You said something about you, Peter. Huh? Once you become an entertainer and you're no longer a gangster, you become a businessman. That's right, man. Ain't no money in being a gangster. Money is being a businessman. And most business people are gangsters. If you come out here and you try to get into the music game, you try to get a, you mess around and try to get drop an album. These guys that you're going to be dealing with in the studios are gangsters. They're going to have contracts they're going to try to own you. You're basically selling your soul. So if you are in the entertainment business and you're looking to get an entertainment business, make sure you have a good lawyer and a good manager to read over all your contracts, because they will try to finagle you. I'm telling you, I've seen some contracts, man, that are just outright highway robbery. Big Herc, I have a cousin locked up right now in Middleton. Can he get an interview or a shout out? Yeah, man, we damn sure Adam Desmore, yeah. We're gonna do the shout outs at the end, but I'll give him a quick shout out. Adam, tell him to holler at us when he gets out, man, and maybe we can line that thing up. We're based out here in LA, and if you're in the area, we can make it happen. Michael Hernandez, thanks for the donation. What would you say to someone looking to be a public pretender? Man, I really don't know what to tell them, man. If you like faking it and being somebody who's not real, I don't know. I've never been one of those guys, man. I can never talk about, things I never had or things I never did. I mean, that's what always kind of got me about what I see a lot of guys rapping about or, making up things. I can't do it, man. I mean, if you're gonna, if you could be a storyteller, that's cool. But being real is to me it's more at heart. And I just deal with authentic people, man. Yep. Thanks for the donation. Appreciate you. Jeffrey L. Thanks for the donation. You only get lead storming 51. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be out there in no Area 51 trying to storm anything. To hell with that. Nimbus Cloud, thanks for the donation. Don't want to visit Bahamas? Yeah, I'll probably go out there sometime in a year or so because I'm taking a cruise. I take cruises, so I'll probably stop through there on a cruise sometime soon. How are prisons in foreign countries different than America? Man, I mean, watch the interview of JC about prison in Mexico. I mean, I haven't been in prison out of the country, and I don't plan on going to a prison out of the country. So, check out JC's interview, From Wrong to Strong. He talks about prison in Mexico. No joke. You get caught up in Mexico, you're bound to get your wig split. Herc, your interview with Miss Huntsman was inspiring. Thank you both. Love the respect connection between you. Keep up the kind content. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, Miss Huntsman, check out her interview. You guys ask about the orange is the new black. Well, she gives the real, man. She talks about women's prison, what went down, how was it out in the federal institution she was at in Dublin. So watch that interview, man. You guys ask a lot of these questions, but I can tell you haven't been watching the channel. If you subscribe, you'll be getting all the video alerts. So make sure you hit that bell so you get an alert every time we drop a video. Somebody said prison in Belgium is like college. Well, you can make federal prison here. It could, if depending on where you're at, it could be a college situation if you take it like that. A lot of people, do their time by watching TV, reading novels, playing cards. Other people read and study. You can come out and be a master. I got a friend who, the whole time he was down, 12 or 13 years, he studied the stock market. Now he's a day trader. He's self-made, and he's out here doing it. Shout out to Twin. I just woke up from Finland. What's up, Big Herc? All right, thank you, man. Um, Worse than going to jail is going to jail in a foreign country. Yeah, you go to a foreign country, you should try to stay out the way. Don't try to get over there and do nothing stupid. Fighting and all that stuff, man. I mean, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Um, how did I hook up with Wes? He reached out to us. What do I think about the juvenile justice system? I think it's horrible, man. They convicted a judge back east who was sending kids to jail so that they can make money. I think that young people, they need to have more emphasis on education and rehabilitation. And I think that a lot of the programs in a lot of these places where kids are getting in trouble have been, since they've been eliminated, they need to reinstate those programs, after school programs, more creative curriculum, science programs, all these things that help stimulate the mind. I mean, as children, we all grow up, we're innocent. We don't know race. We don't know hate. We don't know negativity. We're taught all this stuff. We're products of our environment. So, the more that you educate a kid, the more you give them the right tools, the right exposure, the better human being you're going to have. Kids don't know the difference between black and white. They don't know, they don't call each other racial words, All they know is this is my friend. Until somebody says different, they don't know if a kid is Asian or if he's Native American, what the difference is. They don't even know that. We're taught that. We're taught separation. The race card over here in America, man, is one of the biggest garbage things they exist, period. You go to China, you're Chinese. You could be dark skinned or light skinned, you're Chinese. You go to India, you're India. You're Indian. So, we come over here and then we got all these different, subsections. It's sad, man. Hey, Big Herc, I have a restraining order pending on me since 2008 in Los Angeles. How and who can I contact to find out the status of my restraining order? If you have a copy of the restraining order, contact a lawyer, have them run it, and see if it's still valid. From 2008, that's like 11 years, man. So I would find out if it's still even in effect. But he can run that, whatever the number is on that, to find out if it's still being enforced. Yeah, racism is taught, man. They teach hate. Hate is not. You're not born with that. When you're playing with kids, you're playing GI Joes or race cars or whatever, man. You're not taught not to like somebody because of the skin color. It doesn't exist, man. It doesn't. You don't do that. That's something the parents teach the kids. Have I read any good books lately? The last book I just purchased the book, The Dapper Don. And that's what I'm reading right now about the Harlem clothing designer. Oh, actually, Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan is, back in the 80s, he was really big with a lot of the hip-hop community. And he was a very outgoing entrepreneur in the fashion industry. So I'm reading Dapper Dan's book right now. He just did an interview on the Breakfast Club. Good looking out interviewing OG Fat Rat, this Gardena, Shotgun Crip, 32, 39. Shout out to all the homies from Payback. Hey man, shout out to you. Appreciate Fat Rat doing the interview. A real one. And you guys stay tuned. We're going to have more dropping from Fat Rat, from Payback Crip, Gardena Block. Stay tuned. Chris Fallon, thanks for the shout out, man. Thanks for the donation, man. Appreciate you, brother. What advice would I give a juvenile dealing with their first offense, man? Juvenile is a tricky situation because you have very limited rights. I mean, unless you can get in there and somehow just maintain your schooling or, try to figure out something in there as far as a trade to keep you busy so you're not caught up in all the drama. Juvenile, man, it's a lot of drama, man. When I was in juvenile hall, man, it's a lot of drama, gossip, gang banging. It's just horrible. John Potash wrote a book called Drugs as Weapons Against Us. I suggest everyone read it. Yeah, man, that's why I don't do drugs. We know it's a weapon. It keeps you inebriated. It keeps you not conscious. It messes with that that eye, the eye, the all-seeing eye. If you don't remember the restraining order number, I don't know. I mean, whoever, usually like somebody said, restraining orders usually last a year. So you got to do some homework. I would like to get on the show. Have a lot of email us, man. If you we'll check your background. We're not just putting anybody on the show, but if you have an interesting story, we'll look into seeing getting you an interview. Certain people I'm not even going to speak on here anymore. So some of you guys asking the questions about certain people, I'm not going to speak on it. My first charge was guilty because I knew nothing. After that, I learned a lawyer real fast and won my case, so that the first charge hangs over my head. My dad knew nothing. Okay. Yeah, you got to definitely study the law, man. You got to be up on game, man. What's my thoughts on globalism and technocracy? Not familiar with technocracy. Globalism, I mean, man, it's been going on from the beginning of time, man. Ever since you had these guys, so-called, these colonialism, coming around trying to take over a country and colonize, man. It's been a part of the elite to control the masses, man. Masses need to be able to feed feed the coffers of the rich. Vodka drinker, thanks for the donation. Jesus won't help you if you didn't find him before you caught a charge. Good advice. Yeah, once you get in there and you start asking for help, it's kind of a wrap. You're gonna have to deal with the consequences, man. So for you guys going to jail and you think you're gonna go there and pray your way out of shooting somebody, well, you're still gonna have to do some time out of that. It's repercussions for your actions. So think about your actions before you execute. How do you access your money in prison? They call it books. You got money on your books. People can send money to your books. You can send money off your books to other people. I mean, there's people have there's different types of currency in prison. I don't know what they're using right now, but a lot of prisons, used to use stamps, and then people would actually send money to other people's families on the streets. There's a lot of ways to basically move around money in prison. It ain't as complicated as you think. Herc, were there any rules in the U.S. about calling someone a goof in prison? I worked with a guy up here in Canada that did some time and said the word was a big no-no. Nah, I never heard of anybody calling anybody a goof out here in America. That's not, it maybe has a different meaning in Canada. Big Herc. Do they smoke weed in prison? Yeah, they smoke weed. Weed is a big commodity. Weed, heroin, meth, coke. There's all kind of drugs floating through prison. Do prisons have to let you use books, or is that a privilege? Well, some prisons now are trying to limit what kind of books you can get in to read because they don't want you to be educated. I mean, having access to the law library, if you're in pretrial, the best thing you could do is go and read about the law. Learn about jurisdiction, learn about your rights, learn the definitions, and man, it'll save you a lot of heartache. Read it now before you catch a case, so that way you change your mind about doing what you're doing. The real Guinguido, thanks for the donation. What do you think about TK getting 55? Man, I'm dropping a video on Big Herc 916 about that. TK played himself, man. I mean, these youngsters, man, they weren't, you think you want to be a rapper and you're talking all this high power stuff and you want to say that you really robbed somebody so that you can talk about what you lived. I'm telling you, man, it's not all movies type. Not everything's going to go right. Just because you try to rob somebody don't mean that they're going to willingly give you the money or give you the drugs or give you the jewelry. Some people are willing to die for that stuff, man. Some people are also packing. You go in there to rob somebody, they might shoot you back. There's no guarantee that somebody's just going to lay down and let you rob them. And then you might get bad intel, and then it could be a setup. So you go to rob somebody, and they set you up, and then they tell on you. So TK played himself, man. He shouldn't. I mean, dude, it's more to life than just going around trying to be violent, man. Ain't nothing positive from that. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, oh, man, TK. Well, man, TK should have been robbing people. You know what I mean? And I'm talking from experience. I mean, shoot, I got lucky. You know what I mean? That I didn't hurt somebody, but, man, it ain't cool. So, hey, take it from somebody who's been there, man. I seen a guy who did a robbery. He got away with the robbery. He robbed the armored car for, I want to say, maybe I think it was over $500,000. I can't remember the number. It was close to maybe $500,000, over a couple hundred thousand. It was over a couple hundred thousand. But he robbed it. He said he robbed the armored truck with his girlfriend's brother. Somebody got shot and died. The girlfriend's brother felt bad. They got away. He eventually told, and then he told on the other dude. The other guy, he got 50 years. Girlfriend's brother, I think he's out. 50 years, man. Got away with the money, man. Now he's a young dude in prison, man. Stressed out. Want to fight everybody. 50 years, man. He's going to be an old man. 50 years in prison for robbery. Robbing. You know, just that easy, man. You shoot somebody and they die, you're going to get life. You can get life for that. It ain't no joke. You guys think it's a joke. Oh, man, these guys in the videos with the guns. Man, they're clowns, man. They're clowns. They kill somebody, they're going down. Somebody's going to, there's some camera. Look at Jesse Smollett. Jesse Smollett tried to lie and make up that old bull. And look at how many camera angles they found, man. They found every camera angle and they found everything. So you think you're going to get away with something? Somebody's seen something, man. They're going to track you down. You're going down. So be smart. Tell them, somebody try to talk you to robbing them, man. Tell them you ain't trying to hear that. And you know what you should do after that? You should cut them off as a friend. Brave Boy, thanks for the donation. What's the most push-ups you had seen, heard of? Man. In the pen, man, I seen a dude. He did over 100 in one get down, 100 and something. I can't remember. I had a homie. He did over 100 and something dips in a contest. Straight animal. Shout out to Big Rube. Have I ever heard of anyone escaping prison? Have I ever been a part of a prison riot? I have heard of someone escaping prison. Long Park USP, before I got there, they didn't have wires going across the top of the prison. See, the wires, you can only see them from the ground. So a person in a helicopter looking down, you can't see the wires. So what happens is, when you drop a rope and you try to fly away, the rope gets caught on the wires and the person falls down. They're done. So before that, apparently somebody in Long Park USP, from what I was told, had a helicopter fly over, dropped the rope, the person grabbed the rope, and the helicopter flew out of there. And the person made a brazen escape. I don't know how far away they got or if they caught the person, but that was what I heard. Because I asked somebody why they had the razor wire going across the penitentiary. And like I said, it's in all type of angles. So if you drop a rope and you try to get off and you try to catch that rope, and man, you go up, that razor wire cuts you in half. And as far as the prison riot, I wasn't in no riot in any of the prisons I was at. They had a couple lockdowns. There were some riots that took place on the yard. I wasn't in the riots on the yard, but it did go, some stuff did happen at the prisons, and they had a lockdown for, a couple months after that. But I wasn't participating in any riots. I'm not going to get on here and make up stuff like a lot of these dudes. I'm going to keep it 100. I was on some different time. And, yeah, I did protect myself. I made sure I had, if somebody ran up, I wasn't going to get, taken advantage of. But I wasn't doing nothing in any riots at any of the institutions I was at. Vodka Drinker, thanks for the donation. Ain't no law books that need to teach folks from right from wrong, just folks tripping. Yeah, man, you're right. You're right. Right from wrong, that's what this is all about, man. You learning ahead of time. I'm sharing what I went through because I did, I wish I would have never been to prison. I wish I would have never seen a lot of the stuff I seen or heard. So it's a lot of things that I could have been doing in those 9 years instead of running around trying to survive and dealing with the heartache of not being around my family. But, hey, man, let's get the shout-outs in, you guys. Shout-out to, yeah. You know what? I did interview Bounce Back. He escaped, you guys. He escaped from Florida but got caught within the same day. But check out Bounce Back B's interview. He escaped from Florida prison. Walked right out in a guard uniform. Shout out to Sacramento. Shout out to North Highlands. Shout out to the Bay Area. Shout out to Turlock. Shout out to Houston, Texas. Shout out to Visalia, 903 Texas, Romania. Who else we got? South Sac, Iraq. North Highlands, 64 Jonah Block. Okay. North Long Beach, Hawaii. Philadelphia. Boston. Auckland, New Zealand. Milwaukee, Las Vegas, 626. Salt Lake City, Fontana. Canada. Baton Rouge, Mississippi. Ohio. Galveston, Texas. Frisco, 415. 916. Bakersfield. Memphis. Salinas, Miami. Jacksonville, Florida. Hacienda, Ogden, Utah. Who else we got here? 831. Dallas, Texas. Australia. Chris Fallon, thanks for the donation. What drug caused the most damage in prison? Man, the most addicting, probably heroin. Heroin has more people. It's behind more riots, more stabbings, more violence probably than any other drug. Heroin is the big drug in prison. Victory Outreach, Imperial Beach, California, Santa Ana, Soviet Union, DC, Maryland, Croatia, somebody said Florin Road, Sao Paulo, Brazil, El Monte, 626, North Carolina, Compton, Tokyo, Japan, Bakersfield in the house. Hey, man, it's going down August 16th. Monterey, Cannery Row. I'm doing a meet and greet, 3 p.m. at 700 Cannery Row. Make sure you guys subscribe to my Instagram, Big Herc 916. I'm going to be, posting on there about the meet and greet, also on Fresh Out. So August 16th, I'll be in the Bay Area. If you're from the Bay, come holler at me, man. Let's talk cars. Let's chop it up. I'll have some merch. And, yeah, man, it's going down. Westside, Long Beach, Chapel Hill, 313. Hey, man, so I'm out. I'll catch you guys next week. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Big Herc 916. And, man, I'm gonna keep it rolling. Positivity, motivation, Fresh Out. Grab you some yard time, man, and pick you up some slides. Air them thunder toes out. Let the thunder toes breathe a little bit. Get you some slides from Fresh Out. All right, y'all. I'm out. Have a great week.